Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into the core of something we all seek but few truly understand. I'm talking about happiness, not just fleeting pleasure or temporary satisfaction, but real, deep-seated happiness. The kind of happiness that sustains you through life's toughest storms, that brings light even on the darkest days. Now, some people think happiness is just something you have or you don't. But here's the truth: happiness is a skill. It's something you build, something you strengthen and develop. And like any skill, it takes practice and dedication. So if you're ready to elevate your life, let's dive into 5 steps that will guarantee more happiness. The promise of more happiness. The promise of more happiness is a call to embrace the beauty, excitement, and potential of life, to unlock a deeper level of fulfillment that resonates through every aspect of our existence. Happiness isn't just a fleeting feeling or a distant dream. It's a state of being that we all have the power to nurture and expand within ourselves. This promise invites us to look beyond the limitations of our current circumstances and to believe in the possibility of a richer, more joyful experience of life. Think of happiness as a journey, a series of moments where we allow ourselves to feel alive, to feel connected, and to celebrate the wonder around us. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose, knowing that your life holds meaning and that every action you take brings you closer to a version of yourself that you're proud of. Imagine feeling this sense of joy not only on special occasions, but in the simple everyday moments, the quiet times, the laughter shared with friends, the pursuit of your passions. This promise of happiness is not a distant, far-off destination, but something that we can cultivate each and every day. True happiness comes from within. It doesn't depend on external circumstances, but rather on how we perceive and respond to the world around us. Each of us has the power to choose happiness by focusing on what's good in our lives, by showing gratitude, and by remaining open to growth. We often spend so much time searching for happiness outside of ourselves in achievements, in possessions, or in the approval of others that we forget that real happiness begins in our hearts. This promise calls us to reconnect with that inner source of joy and to trust that no matter what, there's always a reason to smile, a reason to feel grateful, and a reason to believe in a better tomorrow. Happiness is also about connection. We find joy in the relationships we build, the love we share, and the sense of belonging we create. These connections remind us that we are not alone and that we are part of something greater than ourselves. They give us strength, hope, and purpose. When we bring kindness and understanding to our interactions, when we lift others up and celebrate their successes, we create a ripple effect of happiness that reaches far beyond ourselves. And when we are surrounded by this energy of love and support, it amplifies the joy we feel within, making the promise of more happiness a shared experience that grows stronger with each connection we nurture. The promise of more happiness also inspires us to pursue our passions and dreams. To live fully is to be brave enough to go after what truly matters to us, to face our fears, and to step out of our comfort zones. When we follow our passions, we come alive, we feel a sense of purpose and direction that infuses every moment with meaning. This pursuit of happiness is not selfish, it's a gift to the world, as our own joy and enthusiasm inspire others to chase their dreams too. We become living examples of the possibilities that lie within each of us, showing that it's never too late to seek a life filled with purpose, creativity, and love. This promise reminds us that happiness is a choice, one that we can make every day. It's not about having everything or achieving perfection. It's about finding beauty and imperfection and joy in the journey. It's about making the most of what we have, appreciating the small things, and learning from our challenges. The road to happiness is not always easy, but every step is worth it. And each moment of happiness we find along the way adds depth and color to our lives. To embrace the promise of more happiness is to commit to living with intention, compassion, and courage. It is to believe that our lives are filled with endless opportunities for joy and to recognize that each of us has the power to create a life that we love. Let this promise be our guide, inspiring us to rise above our fears, to cherish each moment, and to live with hearts wide open, ready to experience the fullness of all that life has to offer. Get clear on what happiness means to you. Get clear on what happiness means to you. That might sound simple, yet it's one of the most profound things you can do for yourself. Think about it. When you hear the word happiness, what images flash in your mind? Maybe it's moments of laughter with friends, achieving a personal goal, enjoying a quiet evening with a good book, or standing in a place that takes your breath away. The point is, we all have unique visions of happiness, yet so often we find ourselves adopting society's one-size-fits-all definition of what it should look like. The world tells us that happiness lies in a high-paying job, a house, a car, social media-worthy adventures. But have you ever paused to ask yourself, is that really what makes me feel alive? Imagine the freedom that comes from understanding your true happiness, not what others think it should be. This clarity can liberate you from comparison, from feeling like you're behind or constantly striving for someone else's dream. When you define happiness on your own terms, you shift from chasing something vague and elusive to moving towards something specific and real. You may find that happiness for you is rooted in creating, in connecting with others, and spending time in nature or learning something new every day. Or it could be a combination of many small, meaningful experiences that bring lightness to your heart and peace to your mind. As you begin to identify what happiness means to you, don't be afraid to challenge the old notions. Happiness is not always bright and loud. It's not always grand or headline-worthy. It can be quiet and private. It can be simple and ordinary. Happiness can mean knowing yourself and living in alignment with that understanding. Maybe it's as subtle as waking up and feeling content with who you are. Maybe it's choosing to spend your time in ways that bring you fulfillment, not just productivity. And remember, happiness isn't a destination. It's not a box you tick or a point on the map. It's the joy of living in a way that feels true to you, the freedom to express yourself fully, and the courage to pursue what lights up your soul. It's an evolving journey, one where you grow into deeper awareness of who you are and what matters most. So start now. Take that first step toward clarity. Allow yourself to break away from borrowed ideals, from expectations that don't serve you, and from anything that leaves you feeling less than whole. Be clear on what happiness means to you and watch how it transforms the way you live. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's a way of seeing the world, of cultivating an attitude that transforms our experiences, relationships, and even the direction of our lives. When we commit to gratitude, we start to notice things that we might otherwise overlook, things that can make our lives feel richer, fuller, and more meaningful. Imagine for a moment waking up every morning with a sense of appreciation for simply being alive. Before you even get out of bed, you acknowledge the gift of a new day, another chance to experience, to grow, to connect. This perspective shifts everything. It brings a sense of joy and wonder into even the smallest details: a warm cup of coffee, a shared laugh, the kindness of a stranger. These moments, seemingly ordinary, become moments of magic when we truly appreciate them. Gratitude isn't only about what's going right in our lives. It also invites us to recognize the beauty within challenges. Life isn't always smooth. We face setbacks, disappointments, and times of heartache. But even in these moments, gratitude allows us to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When we focus on what we still have, on the lessons we are learning, we discover strength and possibility where we once saw obstacles. Adversity, seen through the lens of gratitude, becomes an opportunity for growth rather than a burden to bear. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships. When we express genuine appreciation for the people around us, it creates a bond, a closeness that words alone cannot describe. We feel more connected and others feel seen, valued, and understood. Expressing gratitude becomes an act of love, a gift that uplifts everyone it touches. Imagine how much deeper our connections could be if we took a moment each day to acknowledge and thank those around us, not just for what they do, but for who they are. The practice of gratitude also has a profound effect on our mental well-being. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. When we make this shift, we start to see that we are already rich in so many ways, rich in experiences and relationships and small moments of joy. Studies show that gratitude can decrease stress, improve sleep, and increase overall happiness. It's as though gratitude is a muscle that, when exercised, strengthens every part of us, creating a more joyful and peaceful state of mind. It's easy to look at what we don't have, to focus on what could be better or different. But when we commit to an attitude of gratitude, we bring ourselves back to the present moment, appreciating the now. This doesn't mean we don't strive for more or work toward our dreams. Rather, it means we do so from a place of fullness, of appreciating the journey as much as the destination. So let's start today with just one small act of gratitude. Notice something, someone, some part of life that fills your heart, and give thanks for it. Let that gratitude expand and let it change the way you experience the world. Gratitude has the power to transform not only our lives, but the lives of those around us. Through gratitude, we find joy in the journey, strength in the struggle, and love in every connection we make. Prioritize physical and mental wellness. When we prioritize physical and mental wellness, we set the foundation for a truly fulfilling life. In a world that constantly demands our attention, it's easy to feel stretched thin and overwhelmed, yet wellness calls us to reconnect with ourselves and embrace the habits that nourish our bodies and minds. By focusing on our well-being, we not only enhance our own lives, but also positively influence everyone around us. Wellness is not just about maintaining physical fitness, it's about nurturing resilience, developing a strong mindset, and understanding the profound connection between our bodies and minds. When we make time to care for our physical health, we equip ourselves with the energy, vitality, and strength to handle whatever life throws our way. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate rest are more than routines, they are powerful acts of self-respect. Moving our bodies isn't just a means of staying in shape, it's a way to boost our mood, reduce stress, and tap into our potential. Eating nourishing foods isn't only about fueling our bodies, it's about respecting the remarkable systems that sustain us. And rest is not a luxury, it's essential, a time when our bodies and minds rejuvenate, repair, and prepare for what lies ahead. And mental wellness, equally essential, often goes overlooked in our fast-paced lives. When we prioritize mental health, we allow ourselves to build emotional resilience, sharpen our focus, and cultivate a deeper sense of peace and purpose. And mental wellness is the key to facing challenges with clarity and confidence. It empowers us to manage stress, communicate effectively, and build meaningful connections with those around us. By caring for our mental health, we're building the mental strength and adaptability needed to thrive in any circumstance. Taking a holistic approach to wellness means understanding that physical and mental health are interconnected. As we become more physically active, we often find our minds clearer and more focused. As we work on mental wellness, practicing mindfulness, setting boundaries, and embracing gratitude, we discover an increase in our physical energy and a renewed zest for life. Wellness is not an endpoint, but a journey, a commitment to living each day with intention, vitality, and a sense of balance. When we invest in our wellness, we're investing in a better version of ourselves. We're not just more resilient in the face of challenges, we're more compassionate, empathetic, and inspired. We create a ripple effect, empowering others to take charge of their well-being, to live fuller, healthier lives. Let's make wellness a priority, not just for ourselves, but for everyone we interact with. Together, we can create a healthier, more resilient, and more compassionate world, one step at a time. Strengthen your connections. Strengthening your connections means investing in the bonds that enrich our lives, fostering relationships that lift us up, and reinforcing the networks that support our dreams and ambitions. In a world where so much of our attention is pulled by the next notification message or headline, taking the time to build deep, meaningful connections can be the foundation of a fulfilling and resilient life. Think about the people who matter most to you, those who make you laugh, those who lend a hand when you need it, and those who inspire you to be better. These are the relationships that remind us who we are and what we're capable of. They are the people who see us, who cheer us on, and who help us find our way when we feel lost. And they're the ones we must nurture and cherish, because without them, our lives would be less vibrant, less hopeful, and less meaningful. Building strong connections isn't always easy, and it requires intentionality. It's about being present, listening deeply, and choosing empathy over judgment. It's taking the time to understand others, their stories, dreams, and struggles, and showing them that they matter. Real connection isn't about knowing everything about someone's life. It's about being there with them in life's crucial moments, offering a steady hand and a kind heart. Imagine a world where we each chose to invest a bit more in each other, to make a phone call just to check in, or to go the extra mile to make someone's day better. That world would be brighter, more compassionate, and more resilient. And when we make these small but powerful gestures, we not only strengthen our bonds with others, but also deepen our understanding of ourselves. We were not meant to go through life alone. Our achievements, our joys, and even our challenges are better when shared. So let's make the choice to strengthen our connections, to make time for the people who matter, and to reach out to those who might need us. In doing so, we create a web of support, resilience, and love that can carry us through any of life's storms. Let's commit to building each other up and making our connections a source of strength for the journey ahead. So here we are. You now have 5 powerful steps to guarantee more happiness in your life. These aren't just ideas, they're practices, choices you can make every day to shape the life you truly want. Happiness isn't a finish line. It's a journey, an ongoing process that begins and ends with the choices you make in this very moment. But remember, happiness doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or the ideal conditions. It comes from deciding right here and now to live with purpose, gratitude, connection, and growth. It comes from treating your body and mind with respect, nurturing the relationships that lift you, and embracing every challenge as an opportunity to rise. So as you leave here today, I challenge you, don't just think about these steps. Live them. Start with just one. Take action, even if it's small. Because when you commit to living fully, to nurturing your happiness every day, you're not just transforming yourself, you're impacting everyone around you. And that ripple effect, that's the real power of happiness. Thank you. Go out there, live with joy, and embrace each day with the happiness you've earned.